Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight.
The PLP chairman voices his concerns about being challenged in the party's upcoming convention.
The father of a man who drowned in Eleuthera is speaking out.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News and thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Joaquin. In just a matter of days, the Progressive Liberal Party is set to head into convention and things are already starting to heat up within the party's camp after former Cabinet Minister Obi Wilchcombe threw his hat in the race for chairman. The party's chairman, Fred Mitchell, despite the potential challenge, has called for unity within the PLP. Jarrod has a story.
Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Fred Mitchell, says while all positions are open for challenge at the party's upcoming convention, he hopes that those willing to challenge will respect the party's leader who wishes to keep the leadership team as is. Despite calls for a unified convention by Progressive Liberal Party leader Philip Rafe Davis, former Minister of Tourism Obi Wilchcombe admitted that he is still considering running for party chairman in the upcoming convention. Current chairman Fred Mitchell said he believes that the party is currently on a good platform with the current leadership.
Whoever comes. That's the way life is in a political party. The party is on a platform where the trajectory is a good one. And people seem generally pleased with the direction. It's a good team. The team works together, and I hope that the team is returned. In a voice note that made rounds on social media over the weekend, Mitchell said the best way forward for the party is for delegates to support Davis in his quest to become the next prime minister. Mitchell said Davis requested that there be no challenges to his team in the upcoming convention, which begins this Thursday. I don't know of anyone who's challenging, but it's a free party if you wish to challenge. What I do say is that the leader of the party has made this point, and the point is there's a team in place. That team works well. He would like the team re-elected. He is supporting that team, and so I hope that the delegates take that on board, and whatever ensues, that that team is returned. Mitchell said the party is focused on proving to the Bahamian people that they have recovered from 2017's loss and that they have a slate of candidates that represent every demographic of society. Well, okay, you had this defeat in 2017. What's the platform going forward? And I think that the platform going forward is going to be an acceptable mix, particularly as it relates to people who are looking to see who the candidates are going to be for the next general election. And as I said in our press conference yesterday, that the hope is that the candidates for the next general election will reflect the demographics of the country and also the various socioeconomic groups and ages. Asked if there are any changes he wishes to bring to the party, Mitchell said everything seems to be in place. I tried to make a practice of not discussing the PLP's business of that nature in place, but there's nothing that needs to be done in terms of that. That's all of that stuff. I mean, if that is in fact what is being, all of that stuff is in place. The party will hold its National General Convention July 25th to 27th under the theme Renewal, a Call to Action at the Malia Resort. Reporting for Our News, I'm Georgia Bain.
The father of an 18-year-old who allegedly drowned in waters off Eleuthera last week is speaking out tonight. He told Jarrod Higgs his son was a lover of all things Bahamian and had big career plans.
I miss him. And I love him.
46-year-old Lucius Ranger was stoic as he spoke about his relationship with his 18-year-old son, Dustin Ranger. Ranger tragically died in a drowning incident off Eleuthera on July 16th.
I don't know what to say. I'm just shocked. I'm speechless.
According to police, Ranger and a group of young men were walking along the water's edge in Hatchet Bay, Eleuthera, last Tuesday when they decided to jump in. Reports are that Ranger surfaced, called for help, but became submerged a second time. He was eventually retrieved from the water and transported to the community clinic where he was pronounced dead.
We are still waiting results from the autopsy report, but he was a very good swimmer.
According to the grieving father, his son moved to Eleuthera with him back in April for a fresh start. After graduating from Anatole Rogers School last year, the 18-year-old had plans to hold down a job before going to university.
He always wanted to be an architect. So he was going to work and put himself back through architectural school.
Now, the 18-year-old was also remembered as a lover of Junkanoo, so much so that there's a special rush out planned in his honor. Ranger was an avid member of the Genesis Warhawks Junkanoo group. On Tuesday, the Warhawks will host a memorial rush at 9 p.m. at the Western Esplanade.
He was very focused, loved Junkanoo.
The man described his son as quiet.
Very respectful. And I'm not just saying it because that's my son. He was, you could ask. He was very, very respectful. And he was very considerate, very thoughtful, very unselfish.
He says the healing process has been a roller coaster ride.
Some days you'll be okay, but when you think back and you remember those things that you did together, the places that you went together, even like certain buzzwords you had that they used to say, the memory comes back fresh like it happened yesterday.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jarrod Higgs.
The Gaming Amendment Bill 2019 was unanimously passed in the Senate today, with Attorney General Carl Bethel quickly closing out the brief debate. The AG stressed the importance of strengthening the compliance arm of the Gaming Board, while also revealing that at one gaming house is operating at least 11 locations without a license. Jasmine Brown reports.
The AG spent a significant part of his contribution focusing on the increased powers of the Gaming Board, saying the goal is to significantly clamp down on illegal gaming operators who he labeled as midnight cowboys.
And there are some midnight cowboys out there who offer numbers, placement using their telephones and placing these bets over the internet. And so it was deemed to be necessary for that and for other reasons for the Gaming Board to be given power, greater powers to regulate the gaming industry.
Debate and passage of the Gaming Amendment Bill 2019 comes 4 days after the bill was passed in the House of Assembly. The bill implements a new tax structure as well as empowers the Gaming Board to have jurisdiction over any and all gambling operations, whether licensed or unlicensed, by establishing a new investigatory agency. The Attorney General says currently there is one gaming house operating without a license. He gave an update on the court case involving that gaming house.
There's one gaming house that is unlicensed that sued the government, that obtained an injunction, and for one reason or another, the matter has not been able to progress, largely because the principal owner of that gaming house had a serious illness. And so that has held matters up from further progress at this time.
The AG says officials are hoping to have meaningful discussions with that gaming house operator soon. If not, the AG says the Gaming Board may have to step in. As for the new tax scheme, the government and gaming house operators have since agreed to a new scale, which will tax gaming houses with net taxable revenue from $0 to $24 million at a rate of 15%, and those with net taxable revenue over $24 million at a rate of 17.5%. Additionally, a 5% tax on winnings of up to $1,000 and a 7.5% tax on winnings over $1,000 will be implemented.
Gaming Amendment Bill represents a negotiated resolution to the actions which attended the attempts of the government in 2018 to reform the basis on which gaming houses are taxed.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
The Dundas Center for Performing Arts hit by vandals overnight. Managers showed up this morning to find expensive equipment gone. Jarrod Higgs reports.
I already don't understand the sense of this vandalism, what you want to call it. I don't know what to call it. It's just stupid.
According to the theater's manager, Dolores Adderley, the vandal, or vandals, came in sometime between Sunday night and Monday morning.
We have the cables, the telephone wire, the internet. What else we have destroyed? All the cameras, all the alarm systems, everything was tampered, clipped, destroyed. So there's no more communication in the theater. As police investigated the break-in, a frustrated Adderley expressed confusion at the burglars' work. Nothing was taken of value, no more than a television. All right, we have sound system, lighting system, keyboard, other equipment's on property, and nothing was taken.
Vandals' work isn't only setting the theatre back financially. Planned performances and programs are said to be hindered by the facility's lack of communication.
We are a non-profit organization. We have little funds on hand now to keep us going as it is. Now we have to repair 7 doors. Cable has to come in to be repaired. Telephone wires have to come in to be repaired. We have to repair the alarm system, the camera system. All those things cost money. We are now at a disadvantage again, like I said, and we need assistance terribly.
Adderley says the Beloved Theatre is more than just that.
It means a whole lot to the community because it's a place that you can come and perform. It's a place for training. It's a place of refuge for me. And I think for the persons who come and act as well, it's a home.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jarrod Higgs.
All right, thanks, Jarrod. Still to come, a 50-year-old accused of defrauding the Penny Savings Bank of more than $500,000. And a little later on, we talk mental health and youth. Stay tuned.